Would you guys give a warm welcome to Mr. Bob Smiley?
Hey, what's up? Can we sit here? Yeah, cool. Yeah, my name is Bob Smiley, or as most of you called me during the intermission, not Tim Hawkins.
True.
This is great. Did you ask for a couch that swallows the person sitting here?
This couch.
Like this is
Garbage.
The dump?
This is very
Going to
comfortable.
the dump, and I wouldn't let him.
Oh,
I'm like that.
No, this is great.
yes. It's like,
I'm glad I do yoga. Okay, go ahead.
Bob, how long have you been doing comedy?
I've been doing comedy for 25 years. My hotel shampoo collection is massive. It is awesome. Yeah, I've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, what kind of got you into it?
I grew up loving comedy. My dad, I'll probably talk about him during the show. He got me into just really realizing that comedy was a powerful tool that God has given us that can change people's lives. And so I've always loved comedy. I didn't want to be a comedian, but my junior year in college, they had a stand-up competition. I entered because I wanted the money. It was $500, which in Abilene, Texas is like, 6 months rent. And so I did the competition. I won, not because I was good, but everybody else was terrible. That's true. It was really bad. And then 2 years later, this guy who saw me at that competition, he went to Nashville, and he was road managing a singer named Clay Cross. And they were getting ready to leave for tour, and they said it'd be fun to have a comedian. And he remembered me, tracked me down. He actually paged me. I made that kind of money. And I paused. One of the kids are like, "What's a pager?" And I pulled over at a Cracker Barrel payphone and called this number that I didn't know what it was. And I was doing photography because I was going to be a teacher, but before I wanted to see what it was like to make money. And so I'm glad it's the same in the States as up here, evidently. Teachers do not get paid what they should. And so I did photography, and I pulled over. I called this guy on a payphone, and he said, "Do you want to go on tour? I saw you do stand-up." I'd done stand-up one other time after that, and that was it. I'd done it twice in my life. And I flew to Nashville, got off a plane, got on a tour bus, and went out on tour as a comedian. And that's how God opened the doors. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah. Although, I will say this. I do a lot of shows where like whole families come and the kids are always like, "How do I become a comedian?" And I'm like, you do a stand-up competition your junior year in college and wait for somebody to call you, duh. It's not how you do it, but that's how I did it.
Oh, yeah. Well, we've had you here before, Bob, and I was kind of thinking about you and getting you back, and I was kind of thinking, could you not have come up with a better stage name?
I know, I totally lucked out.
I came up with a few that might be better than Bob Smiley.
This will be good. I hadn't had a nap today.
Yeah. So,
you should know I love this guy.
Have
okay?
you been here Sunday morning?
I have, yeah. I love Sean. I really do. I'm not trying to get mushy. I don't even think of you as a friend now. I think you're more like a great-grandfather.
Okay, well, like if you're gonna be a comedian, Bob Smiley, I thought, what about like Bob Hilarious?
Bob Hilarious would be good.
Or Bob Chucklesome.
Okay, a little wordy, but
Jolly Bob?
That's a whole different show.
How about Ridiculous Robert?
Okay. That was my nickname in junior high, so I'll go with that. That's good.
Like, is Smiley your real name?
Smiley is my real last name. It actually is, yeah. In fact, the first radio interview I did, I actually sounded like an idiot because that was the first question they asked. And I grew up with Smiley, so I didn't even think about it being, and I didn't think I was going to be a comedian either. And they were like, "Is Smiley your real?" And I was like, "Yeah, why would I?" Oh, yeah.
Someone was wondering, like, you got a little bit of red hair. No?
Oh, I'm a total redhead. Yeah, I don't even tan. I burst into flames like when I go outside. I do. I went to Jamaica a couple weeks ago on vacation, and I couldn't even use sunscreen. I had to use mayonnaise to put on me. Yeah. What? Gingers do rock. They usually rock alone in the corner at the dance, but.
Dean was wondering if you ever get mistaken for like Donald Trump's son.
No, I haven't. You know what I used to get is when I first started doing stand-up, I would walk out on stage, and it was when Conan O'Brien first got his show, and people would yell Conan, and the first time somebody yelled Conan, I just ad-lib. Again, I'm not a comedian. I wasn't a comedian. Like, I didn't think I was. And they yelled Conan, and I immediately said, this is not really Christian. But, I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, just trying to keep people's attention until the headliner got up, and so I yelled out, I said, come on, man, I don't shout out what famous person you look like. I don't go, hey, Lassie. And, and it got a huge laugh to the point where that was my opening joke for a long time, and then one time I walked out on stage and nobody yelled Conan, and I realized I didn't have an act. Like, I was like, hey, don't I look like somebody? Like, I was trying to get them to say it, and so, yeah. But no, I got Conan. I get Robin Williams every once in a while, so, because I move around a lot.
I get Brad Pitt quite often.
Yeah. When you're looking in the mirror, talking to yourself, yeah, I can see that.
You've toured with a lot of great bands. Newsboys, Third Day, Gaither Vocal Band.
Yes, but my best friend Toby Mack told me not to name drop.
Okay. Well, I just who's your favorite? What was your favorite tour?
My favorite tour was the Newsboys tour. Yeah, the Newsboys. I actually went out on 3 tours with them, and they're the real deal. They're just amazing people. But Peter Furler, I've said this in so many interviews. Peter Furler, I don't know why, he loved me, and when I first started, he would go to promoters and tell them, you got to use him on festivals, and yeah, they're just great guys. I don't have a funny answer for that. They really did help me a lot in my career.
Do you notice any difference between...
I feel like I should do a joke. Peter Furler's bald, so he looks like a thumb. Okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize we had a digit sitting over here. I thought that was 2 microphones. Okay, so...
We'll get it.
Yeah. I should have just yodeled.
Okay, one more question for you. Do you notice any difference, or what difference do you notice between Americans and Canadians?
I have noticed that Canadians are much better looking. They are way nicer, and they're more easily flattered.
I'm sorry.